Hey kids, welcome. Yeah, so another number sequences video, and this time we're talking about the Catalan numbers. And also this time I have given you the first 6 Catalan numbers, and since they're pretty hard to guess, I'm going to show you one way in which they come about. So one way the Catalan numbers come about is by taking a triangle and trying to figure out how to turn it into a triangle, and then looking at a square and figuring out all the different ways that we can turn a square into a triangle. And then the next shape clearly is a pentagon, so we look at a pentagon and then figure out all the ways that we can turn a pentagon into a triangle, and then of course a hexagon, and so on. Now cutting a shape into triangles is called triangulation. So let's start with that definition. And clearly the triangle is already a triangle, so the first Catalan number is 1, because there's only one way to turn a triangle into a triangle. And then for a square, there are 2 ways to cut a square into triangles. One is to draw that line, which by the way is called a diagonal. Another is to draw this other line. Both ways turn the square into triangles, and that's what we mean by triangulation. Yeah? Okay, cool. So the second Catalan number is 2 because of this, because we can take a square and turn it into triangles either this way or this way. There are no other ways. That's why the second Catalan number is 2. So then the third Catalan number will be, what are all the different ways that we can take a pentagon and turn it into triangles, right? So in other words, how many different ways are there to triangulate a pentagon? Here's one, and I call this, by the way, the V. So for the pentagon, it's only the V that turns it into triangles, but there's this V, right? And notice that this V starts at this top corner, and then we draw that line and this line, and this V is different from this next V, which starts at this corner, right? And here's the, so it starts at that corner, and here's the other line. So there are 2 so far, and if we continue in this manner, here's a third one starting from this corner, and then a fourth one starting from this corner, and then a fifth and final one starting from this corner. Notice that if we next go to this corner, we're back to where we started. So these are all the different ways to triangulate a pentagon, and therefore the third Catalan number is 5, because okay, and then the next Catalan number is 14. Therefore, I am suggesting that there are 14 different ways to take a hexagon and to divide it up into triangles. Yeah? Okay, and I want you to try that on your own, so you need to have 14 hexagons ready, so you can figure out all the different ways to triangulate the hexagon. But there are 3 shapes that are going to play a role when you divide the hexagon into triangles. So we call this a V. So one of the shapes that comes into play in the triangulation of the hexagon is called, well, I call it a fork. So this is fork, and there are, well, I'm not going to tell you how many forks there are. You should think about it. So how many different ways are there to use the fork to triangulate a hexagon, right? Think about that. And then there's the N, and that's that, and then the triangle inside the hexagon. So there's this. Obviously, I haven't drawn all of them. There are 11 more, and they're of the variety fork, N, or triangle inside the hexagon. So I want you to try that on your own, but this is how you get the Catalan numbers, yeah? Okay, cool. I hope you enjoyed this, and keep watching. Take care.